How's it, guys? Good evening. Welcome to the live rugby and sports chat with myself, Clinton Jarman. Thanks for joining me once again. If you are joining me tonight, guys, just before I get into things, trying to start a South African fan channel so we can get all the South African fans chatting in one place. Well, maybe not all of us, but a large majority. So, share this video if you see it, like it. Also go and like my page. I know that with videos it's difficult. Data must fall with data prices and so on. So that's why I created the fan page as well, so that we can interact on Facebook and on the fan page. And then hopefully, once things get better, maybe with data prices or whatever, we can go live on Facebook. I'm live on YouTube within our followers and so on. But yeah, guys, thanks for joining me once again. And interesting matchup here tonight. Pumas against the Stormers. Pumas at home, obviously, after their fantastic win last week. They won 27-21 over the Griquas, which was quite interesting because Griquas would have been heavily favoured in that one because of the way they performed so admirably against the Bulls. But I don't know if that first Bulls game was more a question of the Bulls performing badly or the Griquas performing well, because the Bulls were supposed to come back last week and put in a professional performance, but it didn't quite happen for them as they lost to the Cheetahs 19-17, which was actually quite a nail-biting game at the end. And then the Stormers last week, they got their campaign underway with a 23-17 win over the Lions. Also quite a nail-biter. Lions right at the end were right on the Stormers line. But that game also, this is why I can't trust Damian Willemse as a Springbok 10. You can't be turning down easy kicks for points. It's just, it shouldn't happen. And, he turned down, I think I counted about 15 points. That's 5 kicks worth of points. And if you had kicked those points over, different ball game, you add those 15 points to the 23 and they win by a long way. So I think it's maybe perhaps just a confidence thing with Damien. But yeah, it's just one of those things. See, he's not in the starting lineup today. So yeah. But that's just one of my pet peeves with Damien. I think he's such a class act, and he just needs to get that kicking right. And I'm not sure if he can get it right. It's definitely something you can work on, but when he's been this inconsistent, I know he's still young, but I don't know if he needs mental help or if it's his kicking technique that's not the best, but he needs to get help. And if he wants to be the Springbok 10, of course, with the injury to Andre, the incumbent would be Yankees. But having said that, Andre Pollard should be back for the Lions tour anyway. So, but it's nice to see what stocks we have in South Africa. In the 10 jersey. Penalty to the Pumas there. For sure, hasn't missed a kick yet, so this will be his first one. Obviously, a Stormers boykie here, looking for the Stormers to win. Let's just check this kick before I continue with other stuff. And it is his first miss. No, he nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. 100% all the way. So for this game, I predicted a Stormers win by 20 points. Very confident. I wasn't as confident with my Super Rugby prediction. I forgot to change it. So I think I've got the Stormers by 10 on there, which is still quite confident, I believe, because, the Pumas played pretty well last week. And in the second half, they came back pretty well against the Cheetahs. Perhaps maybe the Cheetahs too didn't take them that seriously in the second half. Tired legs and all that sort of thing. But, I think the Stormers should win. I think they should win handsomely. But having said that, they need to do the basics well and kick well and charge down. Oh, here's a try. Rickus Pretorius in for the Stormers. Get in, son. Rickus Pretorius actually played really well last week. Scored a fantastic intercept try And if not for that intercept try, that kind of changed the momentum for the Stormers. So yeah, simple error there from the fullback, not clearing his lines. Fantastic play by Herschel Yankees there to get the charge down, and then Ricus Pretorius in for the try. 5-3 to the Stormers. Yeah, just some other games happening this weekend, guys. Lions versus the Cheetahs. I think that's going to be a good game, and I think the Cheetahs are going to suffer their first loss. I think the Lions showed everyone, I think, last week that they have a lot left in the tank. You know, Yankees, the other Yankees, Alton Yankees, yes, Alton. He showed that, you know, there's no substitute for experience, and he really led that team last week, and I was really impressed. And, you know, maybe winning the World Cup or being in the World Cup winning squad will help his confidence a lot. And I think that maybe, you know, seeing how we stepped up every time in the big moments, hopefully Alton can take that as Erasmus Jr., like I call him, Tim Sweel. Yeah, he looks just like Rassie Erasmus. Just to have a look at the photos. Rassie, is there something you want to tell us? There's a long lost child there somewhere. But yeah, he nailed the kick 7-3 to the Storms. Yeah, so I think the Lions are going to win tomorrow. I think they out to prove people. You know, they've got a sort of, I like to call them a ragtag squad, a squad of players from other unions. So it's sort of a throwaway squad, but when you're led by and play with the experience of Alton, you know, anything can happen. I think maybe tomorrow they're going to get their first win on the board. So I've put the Lions by 6, and also by 6 on Super Brew as well. Geland just dropping the ball there. I'm not sure what happened. I wasn't looking. And then the other game tomorrow is the Bulls versus Sharks. I think that's going to be an interesting tussle. It's going to be interesting in the fact that the Sharks were top of the log before in the Super Rugby before it went away, and also the fact that the Bulls were favourites or are still favourites to win the competition. You know, with Jake White, and they've added the experience of Dwayne Vermeulen. Obviously, they've lost here Upland this week. Unfortunately, very unfortunate for here. We wish him the best with his recovery, and hopefully we see him on the field soon again. But yeah, I've gone for the Sharks by 7. I just think the Sharks are just probably a better team at the moment. Oh, intercept try. Janro Augustus, what are you doing, son? Throwing a 50-50 basically on your own line. And that's what you get with a player like Janro, where he's a dynamic runner with the ball, great with ball in hand, but you can't be throwing the ball away on your own 5-meter line. That's just suicidal. And we got I say we because I'm a Stormers fan, got the turnover here, ball ripped out. He ripped it out, and then he throws the ball straight to their winger. Try time under the posts. Well, near the posts. Silly play there from Leandro. You know, if he wants to be a Springbok, he's got to get that sort of stuff sorted out as soon as possible. I don't know what you guys are feeling about this game, but my 20-point prediction is not looking great 6 minutes in. Yeah, the Stormers aren't playing that great at the moment, you know, but obviously there's a long way to go. 8-7 to the Pumas now. Easy kick to come. Nails it. 10-7. Yeah, so just having a look at some of the stuff that I've written down here over the past week that's happened. How can the Boks get ready for the British and Irish Lions tour? Well, you know, it's a tough question. There's a number of ways. I think, you know, so far the South Africa and Rugby Union have shown how creative they can be, you know, with this Super Rugby tournament, and the fact that it's going to continue into or mesh with the Currie Cup, and points are going to carry over, but there will be a winner of Super Rugby as well. Shows that there is improvement. I mean, not improvement, is creativity. Yeah, creativity, and I think there's going to have to be some more creativity. They showed some creativity with, you know, the Springbok Showdown as well. I thought that was quite successful. I think, you know, after a season of rugby, if we have that sort of thing again, sort of maybe a 3 test match atmosphere vibe, you know, with British and Irish Lions tour places up for grabs, I think you'll see a way more competitive game. It won't be sort of a barbarian style. It'll be a let's see what you can do, and very tactical. I think, barring, obviously it'll look at the strength and depth of our rugby players, but it'll also give us an indication of, the strength and the depth of our coaching department, and whether, one coach or the other coach can step up. Jacques Nina was obviously the new coach of the Springboks. Rassi's still director of rugby, so rugby's still in good hands. If you've been watching Chasing the Sun like I have, I'm blown away by the insights and stuff like that. But yeah, just on that the creativeness and looking to because we're not in the rugby championship anymore, so looking to build and towards the British and Irish Lions. Gary Gold is the current, I think, coach of the American national team, rugby team, and he said that they are keen to come over and play some rugby. So maybe we could look into that, and then maybe we can look at some of our African neighbours. Namibia were in the last World Cup. Maybe I don't know, Zimbabwe. I'm not too sure. The level of rugby is not, against our neighbours, is not going to be great, but I mean, at least it is rugby and it's international rugby. Maybe it's a way of the world champs giving back to the game as well. Hopefully getting rugby back on the map in Africa would be great. And, just to test combinations and stuff like that, maybe like a one-off or two test matches against Namibia or something like that would be nice. Or maybe like a little mini tri-nations with America and Namibia could work. There's a number of ways you could go about it. I like the Springbok Showdown idea. I like the Americans and maybe Namibia in a little tri-nations vibe. That could work as well. So there's a lot of things that we can do to sort of get ourselves ready. I think the mental preparation is going to be more important than anything else. I think physically, after a season of Super Rugby and Currie Cup Rugby, I think we'll be physically there. I think just the mental preparation is what we need to get right at the moment. Big scrum here for the Stormers on their own 5-meter line. Two big packs of forwards. Yeah, Frans Malherbe there looking like he ate all the pies. Still, the boy can scrum you. Though it looks like the Pumas tighthead is scrumming in there. Okay, looked not penalised. We'll have to see what happens there. Yeah, and then just, speaking about Chasing the Sun, it's 3 episodes deep now, and from the first episode we, got great insight into Rassie and his way of thinking, and he came in and, like I said, transformation was top of the agenda, and winning rugby games top of the agenda, beating, All Blacks top of the agenda, and it's been great to see the way the guys, the players have taken his information on board. And Rassie's communication skills have to be applauded, because every single player on that squad knew their role, and when something was explained to them, they knew, okay, listen, like during the World Cup when Malcolm Marx had to start coming off the bench because they wanted Bongi Mbonambi to bring that physical presence that he loves so much. Bongi's obviously, just a little side note on Bongi Mbonambi. He's worked so hard. When he first came on the scene, I wasn't that impressed with him. When he was in a Western Province jumper, I think he came on into the squad when Scarra Ntobeni was injured or something like that. I can't remember the exact situation, but I think he came on and I think he had a few knock-ons, a few skew throws, and I was like, this guy is absolute trash. What is he doing on a rugby field? And all credit to the man, because he's come back so well since then, and I think he's the best hooker in South Africa, in my opinion. I know that doesn't mean much, but this is supposed to be where the fans come together and communicate and whatever. So yeah, I think he's the best hooker in South Africa, and I would love to. That was skew, definitely. Anyway, Pumas on the attack, little dab over the top. he's in. Try time for the Pumas. Damn, son. Not looking, my score prediction is not looking. Maybe it's the Pumas by 20. Pumas up 15-7 with the kick to come, and it's a pretty easy kick, so it looks like they're going to be up by 10 points 14 minutes into the game. So, not going too well for the Stormers here. And this is the way they started the game last week as well. Not down by so many points, but very, iffy and not on point. Anyway, back to my chasing the sun sort of discussion. Like I was saying, Bongi Mbanami was brought in. And then something that Marx said was struck me was the fact that the way it was explained to him was concise, it was clear. This is the way we need to go forward for the team. So now you need to be an impact player. You need to change your role and realize that this is what we need to do to win. And, he said, at the time it hurt and whatever, but he understood his role. And I think that was so important, the role of the bomb squad, as it was called, was huge, and I just can't give Rassi and the coaching staff enough credit for explaining to each player what was going on. What also said was the fact that Rassi had such faith in his replacements. He said that on a given practice you can't separate them, and it made selection so tough coming to a Saturday when you know that, hey, listen, guys have really put in the hard yards at practice, and he said some of them all practices the O's wanted to fucking roll each other, and it was quite a hectic thing for the guys, because everyone obviously, when you get to the World Cup, you want to play in the Springbok jumper, you want to win the World Cup for your nation. So it's a hectic thing. So I just thought that us being mentally prepared and physically prepared, and the guys all understanding their roles, and having players that can come on at any time and not just make an impact, but be part of the team setup and know exactly what's going on. I think that was huge for when we won the World Cup last year. Obviously, we had that massive maul as well against Japan. I remember that, the 50-meter maul, and then was it Fafta was under the sticks? Yeah, Fafta was under the sticks. Yeah, So just speaking about that Chasing the Sun documentary, it's so good, guys. You need to, if you haven't watched it yet, do yourself a favor. Go and watch it. It's up on DSTV catch up. If you don't have DSTV, then I don't know, you're gonna have to download it or something, because it's absolutely phenomenal. It gives you great insight to just exactly the way that we won the World Cup and managed to do it, and just the inner workings of everything. And I was just so impressed by everything. And there's still 2 more episodes, so next week we'll dissect the 4th episode as well. Hopefully we can be live next week. I'm not sure what game is on next week. I haven't looked at it, but I'll have a look and I'll decide whether we're going to go live. If it's a Stormers game, it's a yes. If it's not a Stormers game, then I probably won't be live next week. It'll probably be a pre-recorded video, probably something a bit shorter as well, so you guys can save some data. Also, guys, if you are looking to save data, you can watch it on YouTube and change the settings, the display settings. So I think it goes down to 144p even, which, I'll look like a Minecraft figure, but at least you'll be able to hear my voice and semi-see who I am. Not that I'm the most handsome oak in the world anyway. But that is an option as well. So this will be up on YouTube as well, guys. I want to grow the channel on YouTube so we can be live on YouTube rather. And that's, obviously I'm going to get paid from that, hopefully one day. That's the thing. And if you're looking for a reference as to what a fan channel is, you can go look at the United Stand. That's sort of what I'm trying to create. Not 100% that, but that's kind of what I'm trying to do at the end of the day, is get the fans and the fans' opinions and get us chatting and conversing amongst each other. And that's all the rugby stuff I have for you guys that I've written down here today. Let me just have a look. Stormers by 20. That's not happening. Well, it might. You never know. And then Lions by 6. I said, and Sharks by 7. Super Brew. Check it out, eh? Gave me the scores from last week. Yeah. So that's all the rugby stuff. Cricket, there's quite a bit to talk about. 19 minutes gone now. Well, 18 minutes gone. And 17-7 still the score. Pumas, you know what I said before the tournament started, look for some upsets in the early rounds. Pumas had an upset against the Griquas last week, although that's not as big a upset as this would be. Obviously, this would be massive. Stormers are one of the favourites for the whole competition. I call Stormers by 20. I thought they're going to put it together this week. Doesn't look like they're putting it together so far, though. Overthrown from Bongi. You never see that. And it's just these mistakes that these guys are making that you never see them making, really. Individual errors. Like I said last week, he also made an individual error. And I thought that was great leadership, actually. He made an error last week, letting the scrum off from the Lions. He made, letting him step him or missing a tackle, whatever. And he said we made individual errors, and then called out his own error, showing his players that, look, guys, I'm not even good enough. So, we all need to come right. You could have quite easily picked out and said, or you could have just blanketed and said, we made errors and whatever. But he actually picked out a moment where he made an individual error, and it just shows the team that, listen, we made errors, but I also made an error, and we are not good enough as a team. And I think that was important. Pumas penalty 27 now. Wow. Okay, Stormers, it's time to show up here. Please show up. What is going on here? 20-7. Pumas are playing absolutely out of their socks. If only they had a crowd in, this would be, they'd be going crazy. Anyway, 20 minutes in, time to talk some cricket. So Kagiso Rabada became the fastest bowler to 50 IPL wickets. Now, I know the IPL doesn't mean much to anyone, including me. I only watch literally to see the South African boys play. If no South Africans are playing in a game, I do not watch. I watch KG bowl, I watch Nokia bowl, I watch AB bat, I watch QDK bat. It's Quinny. And I just watch our guys, and then when they get out or they stop bowling, I switch over. I'm not interested. Although I'm quite an RCB fan. Like I said last week, they have my two favorite players in Dale Steyn and AB de Villiers. But I've since moved on. My favorite players now are different. My favorite players are probably Faf and KG. I love KG. I think he's magnificent. And I think he's going to be absolutely great for South African rugby, for South African cricket. I think he will if he carries on going. He will surpass Dale Steyn as the highest wicket taker. And you know what? He could be up there with the Jimmy Andersons and the Stuart Broads, up there with those kind of figures. I mean, if you look at his bowling average now, it's massive. I mean, it's so low. And it's going to be his bowling strike rate. He's going to be a special player for a long time to come, and it's going to be great to watch him. Hopefully, the injury gods are kind to him. They weren't so kind to Dale in his last few years. But other than that, Dale's played pretty much injury free, and could have probably still been playing if he hadn't have had all those injuries. If you look at Jimmy and Stuart, they've hardly sat out with injury, and I think that as much as keeping fit and all that plays a role, I think luck also has a major role to play in that. They've also played a lot more cricket than we have, so they've had quite a bit of luck. 23-7 now to the Pumas, and this is an absolute mauling year from the Pumas. They are all over the Stormers. Stormers don't know whether they're coming or going. But yeah, so that's KG, fastest to 50 IPL wickets. Like I said, of little consequence. It just means that, KG is one of the best bowlers in the world, but we all know that from his stats, and we've seen him play. So that's pretty relevant, but I just thought I'd mention it because our boys are doing so well in the IPL, and they really are world beaters. And played in the right system with the right team. I think we can certainly, hopefully, win a World Cup one day. Whole times. Hopefully we can do it. And then Victor Pitsang was named national convener of selectors. Now this, I think, was a fantastic appointment by Cricket South Africa, and a step in the right direction, it has to be said. Obviously it's been well documented that CSA is currently in a lot of turmoil internally. Stakeholders and sponsors wanting to pull out, and the government wanting to get involved. But this is a step in the right direction. I think, Victor has a lot of experience in the system, obviously having played a lot of first-class cricket, having represented South Africa, and then having been a part of the under-19 setup for many years. He will know a lot of the guys in the that are currently plying their trade and wanting to get into the Protea setup. I think that he was going to be one of those Yankees with an interception there nearly. Just give me a little second. Oh wow, that is a massive hit from Lions. Stormers debutant. For sure, with a little dab over the top. Oh, caught, well done. Very scrappy game so far. Anyway, right, I'm about to put Puma pants if Puma pants if the Stormers lose. Yeah, a little play on words there from Ryder. Thanks, bro. Anyway, back to the cricket little chat there. I think Victor knows the talent pool, and I think he's a man that's going to stand by his convictions. He strikes me as someone that when things are need to be said and things are not going according to plan or whatever, he's not going to be one that's going to stand by and just say nothing. He's going to stick by his conviction. He's going to stay, put his cock on the blocks, as you might say, and really stand up for what he believes in. So he's also talked about equality and making sure all races have an equal opportunity to play the sport, and I think that's obviously really important in South Africa. And look, for me, just a quality appointment, and I wish Victor all the luck. He's got a tough assignment coming up against England to pick a squad, especially when a lot of the guys have not played a lot of cricket. So I think the squad will mainly be comprised of guys from the IPL. So don't be surprised to see AB back and stuff like that, and Chris Morris and stuff like that. I would love to see Chris actually. I think he'll be good. You also got looks like a nasty injury there for Siya Kolisi. He's limping off the field. That heavily taped up right knee of his. Siya, please, man, that knee. Doesn't anyone have a new knee for Siya there? Please, man. This is our captain, bro. He's so good. Anyway, back to cricket again. England, as I said, England are going to be touring. They're starting their tour on the 27th of November. We're going to be going through to the 27th to the 7th of December. It's 3. Oh, great little breaker from the Pumas fullback. Oh, he chips it, but straight into Warwick Galan's hands. Damn, son. Dan du Plessis, nope, no luck. Still 23-7 to the Stormers. Yeah, so England are touring. Exciting times. We're going to see our boys back. I wish like I said in a different post, I wish the clothes were white and the ball was red. But we can't all can't have a cake and eat it, should we say? Another comment here from Ryder. AB out of retirement, and he's playing in the IPL. Well, he's not he's not out of retirement per se, but he has made himself. He has said he would like to play, so he hasn't. Nothing's been announced yet. I think it'll all be announced in due course. I mean, the whole of Twitter is currently going crazy. AB, please come back. AB, please come back. I mean, you all know my views on AB coming back. I personally don't want AB de Villiers to come back. He's such a talent, and I know what he can do on a cricket field. I just think we've had such a tough time moving on from players that why would you want to bring someone back? I understand how good he is, but I just think move on and find a way to win without him. I think winning without him will be way more beneficial. That's the England tour coming up. Like I said, tough task for Vic and all the rest of the selectors. With the guys having not played cricket, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to pick a side. Like I said, they're probably going to go with a lot of guys from the IPL. And I said, don't be surprised to see Abe de Villiers back in the setup. And then CSA obviously had their launch this week. It was a successful launch as far as they're concerned. They announced a few things, but I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but they announced that there's going to be a very congested season with England being the first of 4 countries to come touring here. They didn't say about who the other guys are. And then, an interesting development, they're going to have televised 4-day games. I think this is the first time, first time in probably about maybe 10 years that 4-day games have been televised. I know it was televised. I saw someone saying on Twitter that it was televised a lot during the 70s and 80s or 80s and 90s, different times. But yeah, it'll be good to see. And also, a large contingent of the Proteas players will be playing 4-day cricket. So it's going to be nice to see all the guys out on the field. And I think now, if we have televised games, you're going to get, Leland Zas going here. Look at him. He loves it. Augustus, Lions. Stormers looking to turn up the heat here. What's that, a penalty? I don't know. Oh, injury. Oh, ow. That looks very painful. I don't know what's happened here, but he can't move. Oh, he's in a lot of pain. Zassia showing off his stepping skills. Bang through the gap. Look at him go. He loves it. Like a gazelle. Is it for sure that's down? It is for sure that's down, I think. Oh, it's the clean out. Oh, his knee. Ow. Oh, that is not good. It's for sure that's down here. Or just when he comes in on the clean out, Salman Murat, and he just bends his knee in a very, very awkward position. That could be ACL, MCL. He's probably out for the rest of the season. That is so unlucky for the Pumas because he has been the man on form, has not missed a kick yet in the competition. So that is so unlucky for the Pumas. But this is a contact sport, and when you've got a number 10, and there's a guy as tall and huge as Salman Murat trying to clean you out, he's going to clean you out and he's going to hurt you in the process. So unlucky there for the Pumas. Back to what I was saying about the cricket. It's going to be good to see the Protea boys on the field, but it's going to be good to see the depth, and I think you guys are really going to be able to see the depth that we have in South African cricket, and I think the worries will be somewhat eased. A lot of people think there's not a lot of depth in South African cricket for some reason, and I just know it's not true because I've seen the stats. I know some of the players, not know them personally, but I know of them, and I've spoken to a few guys and within the system, and we have a lot of talent coming through. Just trust me on that. And guys just need to be patient, and I think we'll see that coming through when we see the 4-day stuff and stuff like that. You're going to see the guys have a lot of talent, and we have a lot of youngsters coming through. And then, last but not least on the cricket stuff, the CSA Members Council have resolved to dissolve the board entirely. So this was the only way they could avoid a ban. If you guys go check out the page, the Wild Protea page on Facebook, you can see there's a full article up about the dissolvement of the board. And obviously this had to come. I've been saying for a long time. They were rested to help the Stormers this week. Simon, no pal, you can't do that. It wasn't Rasta's fault. Okay, maybe he was slightly dodgy, I don't know. But CSA board will be dissolved, and like I've said for a long time, this has been coming. It's the only way we could move forward. I don't trust anyone on this board, and the further they are away from our cricket, the better. Hopefully, what happens now is we can get people who want to take the game forward, cricket people who want to take the game forward. I think Victor was a great appointment. Now they need to back that up with making some more great appointments. With regards to the board, and get people that want to better the game and take it forward and not just better themselves. I think that was the problem with this board. Huge scrum from the Stormers. Penalty coming. Yankees. That's a terrible pass. Lucas Pretorius. Handoff. Through the gap. Dan du Plessis. I think we're going to see a second. Yankees in for the try. Beauty. Take that, Simon. So that is pretty much all the news I have for you guys. So you can enjoy my commentary for the rest of the first half. Luckily, it's only 11 minutes to go, and the Stormers just scored. So I'm very, very happy about that. I don't want to say a great move, but it wasn't. It was a bit of untidy rugby. Great little, Herschel Yankees is just one of those guys who's just always there. He reminds me a lot of Aaron Smith in that way. Where he's always around the fringes. He's always, when the guy makes a break, he's always that guy on the shoulder. He's always getting the try or the try assist. Fantastic little scrum off, and I think he obviously has a massive future ahead of him. World Cup winner. Can he make it too? I think he can in years to come. Hopefully, I think they're just checking a little forward pass here. Nope, that is not forward. That is flat. For me, anyway, I'm a Stormers fan, so that's backwards as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, great try there, Tim Swill. Can he get the conversion? 23-12 at the moment. Kick to come. Great kick, lad. Rassie. He looks just like Rassie Erasmus, guys. Put photos next to each other. I'm telling you. Go look at photos of Rassie Erasmus and Tim Swill. Dude, tell me that Rassie didn't dabble. Looks like Rassie definitely dabbled once upon a time, wherever Swill comes from. 23-14 now. Now the comeback's on. Last 10 minutes. If the Stormers can bring this back to 23-21 by half time, that'll be great. Because they have not been in the game at all so far. So if they can get it back to 23-21, would be good. But there's still a long way to go in this one. So I think the Stormers will win it in the end. I'll watch the whole second half. Obviously, I'll put the scores up on the Wild Protea fan page. And we can discuss whatever you want to discuss. If you want to discuss anything after the game and even during the game. Kick in behind. That seems to be a popular tactic. I think the Stormers are trying to employ this sort of rush defense, but it's not working. Last week they're rushing up, but it's not all in one line, or it's not the other sort of rush defense is the banana rush defense, where you rush from the outside and you force the guys in. They're not doing either, because it's such a disjointed rush defense now, and it's not working. It really isn't. So they have to come up with a better plan, because even against the Pumas now, they're exploiting it. And last week the Lions exploited it, and against, I want to say better teams, but it looks like against anyone it's not working. So a defense has always been one of the Stormers' strong points. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the rounds ahead, if they can get it better. Hopefully from my point of view they do. Line out here for the Pumas, just in the Stormers half, I think. The Pumas are playing some good rugby, far through the gap, like a hot knife through butter. Try time, Pumas, wow. Under the pole, so this should be 30 points to 14 with 8 minutes to play in the first half. This is a scoreline I don't think anyone saw coming, myself included, because I picked the Stormers by 20. And that's not going to happen at the moment. But like I said, still a long way to go. Hopefully the Stormers, from my perspective, can come back. Simon, I know you're not going to want that. But yeah, because you support the Lions. Why do you support the Lions? Yeah, Simon's from Jersey, so I suppose that's why. But Stormers in dire straits here at the moment. Captain's off the field. Sia Khaleesi's left the field with an injury. They look all at sea. They look all over the place. And it looks very messy at the moment. Can they come back from this? I'm not sure. 16-point deficit, that's going to be very, very difficult for them to come back, because that the Pumas, especially at home, even though there's no crowd, there's just something about playing at home, more pride. Obviously, when I played rugby, school sport, whatever, there were never huge crowds. But it's the pride of playing for your team and playing at home. You always want to make your home ground a fortress. And wow, that's proved to be a fortress at the moment. Pumas are loving life. Stormers are shell-shocked at the moment. I thought the Yankees try could have sparked something, but it sparked the Pumas more than it did anything else. Yeah, just under 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Stormers need some inspiration. Yeah, I don't know who they're going to look to. Obviously, Sia's off the field, but they've got enough experience, got enough Springboks in this team. I wouldn't rule them out just yet. They can get it, like I said, even if they can get a try before half time, even make it 21 or 30 to 21 before half time, I think that'll be huge. Bongi Mbanambi with the carry, bringing that physicality that he loves. That's surely a penalty. Tim Sweel, Geland, just no cohesion in the Stormers lineup at the moment. It's worrying. I know it's only the second week that they're playing, but it's just worrying from a Stormers fan perspective that they have zero cohesion whatsoever. Oh, another Stormers player down now. Tim Sweel wide to... Oh, no. Yeah, it's looking very, very messy. But there was a penalty advantage, so I suppose that's why the ball is being flung around quite a bit. Penalty here, now 16 points down, but only 5 minutes to go in the first half. I might be inclined to take the points here. 30-17, that makes it a 13-point gap. So that means 2 tries in the second half, and you're basically in a winning position again. So I would actually take the points here, but they're not going to do that. Yeah, they're going to go for the line, and yeah, that's probably it's a brave call, but it's probably the good call. If you get a try here, trying a conversion, then the gap is only 9 points. So yeah, have to see what happens with this. They're obviously going to look to maul. Yeah, I think Bongi has proved to be quite a great controller of the maul from the back. Better throw from him this time. Things look to be clicking. Chris Van Zyl in the lock position. Experience head there. He's done well actually. It's being lifted there, looks like. Decent maul going forward. He's coming around the side there. Is that a penalty? No. Rickers Pretorius, great carry. Great leg drive. Get there, son. Stolen on the ground. Is it stolen back? Oh, Pumas have stolen it. Oh, penalty. Penalty? Looks like a penalty. To the Stormers. Is it a penalty? I don't know. No, I'm not sure. See, I'm not watching with commentary, so I don't... Yeah, it is a penalty. Tap and go. Bongi Mbanambi in for the try. Nope. Yankees. Lions. That's a ruck. He's off his feet now. Oh, wow. Puma's stolen it again. Surely there was a ruck though. I mean, yeah, he goes down here. He's in from the side, and it's a ruck. That's a penalty. So Simon, maybe we do need Rasta, bruh. Because Rasta would have called that penalty. He was strict on the breakdown last week. Now this comes with these nonsense here. Stormers need a massive scrum here. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Yeah, thank goodness it's the first half. Yeah, 3 minutes to go here. Stormers need a big scrum. Hopefully they can get a tight head here. See what happens. But you see, that's why I would have gone for the points. You take the points. There's 2 minutes to play left. You're 13 points down. Two tries, and you're in a winning position again. So that's what I would have done. Rasta would have given a yellow card. Yeah, that's a yellow card offence. Actually, to be fair, he's come in from the side. A ruck's been formed, and if we get the ball out quickly, that's try time. So you're quite right there, Simon. Well done. Nail on the head. It would have been a yellow card. Should have been a yellow card. But yeah, nothing. Penalty now to the Stormers. They kick it to the corner again. Hopefully they can protect the ball a bit better this time. It's very well done there from Tim Sweel. He's forced the man to play the ball on the ground. Good clever play there from Rassie Erasmus. He looks just like Rassie, guys. I'm telling you. Just go have a look. Put pictures of them next to each other. Mall now, as one of my friends, Mark Hendrick, to say blue root. Terrible joke. Terrible joke. Obviously referring to the mall. Good momentum here, Bongi. It's going to come out. That's a penalty. Yeah, in from the side again in the mall. They're probably going to go for the line here again, definitely. They've got some momentum now on the line out. Bongi Mbonambi controlling the ball while at the back. And then number 7 from the Pumas coming around and interfering. I don't know the names of on the try line now. Lions. Come on, boys. Gotta roll away. Rickus Pretorius. He's down now. That's a tackle. Release tackler. Surely. Janro Augustus in for the try. Come on. What? I don't know what the penalty was for. Like I said, there's no commentary, so I don't know. I think he's part of the. Yeah, he's part of the. Yeah, you see, he's part of the rack. Yeah, you can't pick the ball up. He's part of the rack. Penalty to the Pumas. Yeah, again, like I said, I would have taken the points, and perhaps they would have had another chance to score points. So yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. 30 points to 14 at the end of the first half of the Pumas versus the Stormers. From my point of view, hopefully the Stormers can pull this out the bag in the second half. But otherwise, they'll have some head scratching to do in the week and some thinking and back to the drawing board. But hopefully they can pull it out. I'll put the scores up after the game and we can have a chat if you guys like. Thanks for joining me once again, guys. If you see this video, like this video, share this video. I'm trying to get something going here with the fans, and hopefully we can get all interactive and stuff. Like I said, there is big plans for the future with studios and guests, but that can only happen if we grow the channel, if we grow the fan page as well. So like my page, ask your friends to like my page, and I'll see you guys next week with either a live video or pre-recorded video. I haven't decided yet, but I'll see you guys next week. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Stormers, hopefully they get the win. See you guys soon. Cheers.